Hey everyone, so welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see these subsets of matrices. So if I take collection of all square matrices which are denoted by Mn of R, all matrices of order n cross n with entries as real numbers. So this is my collection and we know that this collection forms a vector space over set of real numbers. Okay, so this forms a vector space, and if I consider these subsets of this vector space V, then question is whether this subsets forms a subspace or not. So first is collection of all symmetric matrices, collection of all skew symmetric matrices, collection of all orthogonal matrices, A transpose equals A inverse, collection of all trace zero matrices. Trace is nothing but the sum of the diagonal entries. Collection of all trace non-zero matrices, collection of all determinant zero matrices, and collection of all determinant non-zero matrices. So among them, few of them forms a subspace, few of them do not form a subspace. So when it is forming a subspace, we will prove it that it do form a subspace, and where it is not forming subspace, we will give a counter example. So that's what the agenda for today's session is. So first let's try to see whether the collection of all symmetric matrices forms a subspace or not. Well, it do form a subspace. So question is how to prove whether something is a subspace or not. So first let me give you those conditions and then we will try to prove that this forms a subspace. So suppose V is a vector space over R. So for simplicity I am taking over real numbers. If you are comfortable with complex numbers or any arbitrary field, then you can treat this as a vector space over arbitrary field F. Still the theorem is true. Okay. So if you have a subset of a vector space, question is when this subset a subspace. Okay. Well, the answer is this subset should also satisfy all the properties of a vector space. Then only we say that this subset forms a subspace. Sub for the subset, space for being a vector space. That's why subspace. But then to check whether a subset is a subspace, is it necessary to check all those properties of vector space? Answer is no. There is a very nice theorem which says if you want to show a subset is a subspace, you only show the following things. First thing, you show that this is a non-empty subset, and usually to show this we always prove that 0 bar belongs to W. Okay, so that's why you will see this as the first condition in the theorem, that it contains a zero vector. Second condition is if you take two vector, say W1 and W2 belongs to W. Let two vector belongs to W. Can I choose them? Yes, because I have proved that it is non-empty. So let two vectors belongs to W, then their addition should also belongs to W. That is for with respect to addition. And the third is if your alpha is from the field, say real numbers, and your W is a vector from the subset, then alpha into W should also belongs to W. Okay, so if you have a subset W, you take two vectors, you add them up. If addition again falls in the same set, very good. You take a vector, you take a scalar, you multiply. The multiplication also goes into the subset, great. Then that subset forms a subspace. Okay, now many times people also combine the second and the third property. What they do is they take alpha times W1 plus W2. They show this element. Now here you can see scalar multiplication is also verified and addition is also verified. So instead of proving second and third property separately, which is time consuming, you can directly go for this. You just show that this element belongs to W for any alpha a scalar and W1, W2 the elements of W. Then also W forms a subspace. Okay, good. So now let's go for a symmetric matrices and let's see that it do forms a subspace. So here is the set of all symmetric matrices where A is equal to its transpose. Now first thing I need to show that it is non-empty. So does 0 belongs to this? Yes. Now since your 0 matrix is equal to 0 matrix transpose, therefore your 0 matrix belongs to this. It's a symmetric matrix. Great. So therefore your W is, this collection is non-empty. Good. Now second thing, let A comma B belongs to W and let alpha belongs to R. What I want to prove? Alpha into B, alpha into A, the scalar multiplication and the vector addition. When I do this operation, then this element should belongs to W. Okay, let's try to see. So when this belongs to W, when this will be equal to its transpose, then only this will belongs to W. Okay, so let's try to see what is transpose of this alpha A plus B transpose. But by property of transpose, what is x plus y the whole transpose? It is x transpose plus y transpose. So this is alpha A the whole transpose plus B transpose. But alpha is a number. So this is alpha into A transpose. Okay, transpose of a number is the number itself. So this is alpha into A transpose plus B transpose. Alpha. But what is my A transpose? Where is my A? My A is in W. That means my A is equal to A transpose. So A transpose is A. My B is in W. Therefore B is equal to B transpose. So B transpose is equal to B. So transpose of this element is the same element. Therefore, if A and B are symmetric matrix and alpha is a scalar, then alpha A plus B is also a symmetric matrix. And therefore, this collection do forms a subspace. Now let's go for skew symmetric matrix. So second collection is those matrices such that when you take the transpose and give a minus sign, you get the matrix A. Or when you take the transpose, it is equal to minus of A. Both are one and the same thing. So this is a collection of all skew symmetric matrices. And now you can see that the 0 matrix belongs to W. Why? Because what is 0 transpose? It is nothing but 0 matrix. And when you multiply it with a minus sign, you can get a 0 matrix. So therefore 0 transpose is minus of 0. So therefore 0 belongs to W. And this together implies your W, this collection is non-empty. Fine. Okay, now let A comma B belongs to W. That means my A and B are skew symmetric matrices and alpha B are. What I want to claim? I want to claim that alpha into A, the scalar multiplication plus means vector addition, this element belongs to W. That means if I take two skew symmetric matrices and a scalar, then alpha A plus B is also a skew symmetric matrix. Let's try to see that. What is alpha A plus B the whole transpose? Again by the property of transpose, this is alpha A transpose plus B transpose. But again alpha is a number, it's a scalar. So alpha into A transpose plus B transpose. But what is A transpose? My A is in W, so A transpose is minus A. So this is minus alpha A. And what is B transpose? My B is in W, so B transpose is minus B. So this is minus of alpha A plus B. So alpha A plus B transpose is minus of alpha A plus B. So if I call this as X, so X transpose is minus X. That means this condition is satisfied. So if you have two skew symmetric matrix, then their linear combination is also a skew symmetric matrix. Therefore, collection of all skew symmetric matrix also forms a subspace. Okay, good. Now what was the third one? Third one was the collection of all orthogonal matrices. And the collection of orthogonal matrices unfortunately do not form a subspace. Why so? Because 0 matrix does not belongs to W. Why? Because you can see for 0 matrix inverse does not exist. One way to write orthogonal matrix is this, or A into A transpose is identity. There is another way to write. That means your A transpose is nothing but A inverse. So here you can see what is 0 bar into 0 bar transpose. It is 0 bar only, which is not equal to identity matrix. Therefore, this subspace doesn't contain a 0 vector. Therefore, it is not a subspace. See, you can also show that it contains some vector orthogonal matrix. Therefore, it is non-empty. but then since it has for a subset to become a subspace, it should always contain a zero vector. Okay, so for non-emptiness you can show that it contains some non-zero, it contains a vector, then hence it is non-empty, but then still it won't form a subspace. Why so? Because zero vector is not in this set. Therefore collection of all orthogonal matrices do not form a subspace. Okay, now what was the next thing? It was, I think, trace zero matrices, right? So if you take trace zero matrices, then it do form a subspace. So if I take 0 bar, the zero matrix, does it belongs to W? Answer is yes, because what is trace of a zero matrix? It is 0. What is trace? The sum of the diagonal entries. Since the matrix is itself 0, so all entries are 0, so therefore the sum of the diagonal entries is also 0. So since the trace is 0, therefore 0 bar belongs to W. Okay, good. Now you take two matrices from this collection and let alpha belongs to R. What I want to prove? I want to prove that this linear combination also belongs to W. That means if A and B are matrices of trace 0, then alpha A plus B is also a matrix of trace 0. So what is trace of alpha A plus B? By property of trace, this is trace of alpha A plus trace of B. But what is trace of alpha A? It is alpha times trace of A plus trace of B. But where is my A matrix? A matrix is in this set. A is in W. That means trace of A is 0. Where is my B matrix? It is also in W. Therefore trace of B is also 0. And therefore alpha A plus B has trace 0. Therefore this element indeed belongs to the set W. Therefore if you take the collection of trace 0 matrices, it do forms a subspace. Now we are looking for those collection where trace is non-zero. Will this form a subspace? Answer is no. Why? Because the zero vector does not belong to W. Because what is trace of 0 bar? It is 0. And what is this collection? All non-zero trace matrices. So therefore your 0 bar does not belong to W. Therefore trace non-zero matrices, collection of all trace 0 non-matrices do not form a subspace. What was the next thing? Determinant of A is non-zero. Will it form a subspace? Again the answer is no. Why? Because 0 matrix does not belong to W. What is determinant of 0 matrix? It is 0. And what is this collection? All non-zero determinant. So since 0 matrix does not belong to W, therefore if you take collection of all those matrices whose determinant is non-zero, then that also will never form a subspace. And the last one was collection of all matrices whose determinant is 0. Again this will not form a subspace. Why so? Because if I take A to be 0, 1, okay, let me take 1, 0, 0, 0, and let me take B to be 0, 0, 0, 1. Let me play with 2 cross 2. So what is determinant of A? Is 0. What is determinant of B? It is 0. So A and B is an element of W. What about A plus B? Is A plus B an element of W? Answer is no. Because A plus B is 1, 0, 0, 1. So therefore what is determinant of A plus B? It is 1, and which is not equal to 0. So if you have two matrices whose determinant is 0, then their addition need not have the determinant 0. Therefore collection of all matrices whose determinant is 0, determinant is non-zero, trace is non-zero, will never form a subspace. And also the collection of orthogonal matrices do not form a subspace. Whereas set of symmetric matrices, skew symmetric matrices and trace 0 matrices, they do form a subspace. So if anything is unclear, you can ask me your doubt in the comment section. And if you have a subset of matrix space, and if you are not sure whether it forms a subspace or not, you can ask me in the comment section. And if everything is clear, then yes, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.